do a video on how I take my listing photos for Etsy. The first clip is really funny because the wind takes out the whole setup, and it's the funniest clip ever, but I thought I would leave it in anyway. I ended up changing my setup in a second, where I used journals to hold down the papers, and that never happened again, so... But yeah, so I thought that I would show you guys how I take my listing photos. As I'm filming this voiceover, I currently have not edited the photos yet, or put them up on Etsy, but I'm trying to pre-make some things. But I'm hopefully going to add those in at the end of the video. If not, I will add them in as their own separate video, and I'll link it and everything. But yeah, so to take these photos, I had gone to Michael's, and I got scrapbooking paper for, I think I paid 67 cents for each one, and the two things that aren't paper, the big wooden circle, I paid about $13 for it, and I paid $8 for a pack of 2 of that other little wooden board that's like towards the top. It's like right under the word photos. But I bought that at a separate sale, but everything else I bought at their lowest prices of the season sale. And then I got like the little leafy pick things for, gosh, I think like $2. I also included Posca pens in my photos because the original drawing that inspired my entire collection was done with those. So that's the color palette of the whole collection. And then to take photos of my stickers, I've seen a lot of people do like the glue stick method, where they take their sticker and they put it at the top of a glue stick to add height, and then they put the other stickers around it underneath, and it's like adds a cool blurring effect. I was inspired by that, but I wanted to still include the background, but I wanted there to be depth, so I actually used dice to do it. Me and my husband are absolute dice fiends, so I had a lot of dice to work with. And then I'm using the Canon Rebel T6, and that's what I use to take my photos. I also own the T5i, but thought I would play with my newer one this time. I bought it secondhand off of a photographer I used to work with, so using that baby. I also had a lens on it, like a lens filter on it to help reduce the glare. But yeah, so this was my whole setup, and I took all of my photos like this. I hope you enjoyed seeing the little time lapse, and like I said, I'll add in the photos either at the end or in the next video of how these turned out, but I love them, and it was honestly really fun. Alright, so this is part 2 of me editing my Etsy listing photos, or me creating the photos. So this video, I'm actually using Photoshop Express to edit my photos. At that point in time, I had never used the application before. I used to work at a photography studio, I can't say where, but we used a program very similar to Photoshop Express. Photoshop Express definitely does more than ours did, but the basic just like cropping, tilting, you know, zooming in the images, that sort of thing, is what that application at work would do. And I really was trying to find an app that let me quick edit like that because these photos really didn't need a whole lot. And I found Photoshop Express. I have the Adobe Cloud membership because of school, and this was in there and I had no idea it even existed. So this was my first attempt using it. I definitely like it. It does run a little bit slow in the sense of like once I uploaded my photos, I had to like wait a second before I could actually touch them. But otherwise, I honestly really liked the app. It made things a lot easier and go a lot faster. So this video is 32 minutes of footage in 10 times speed. I actually, though, spent about 2.5 hours editing photos, just hanging out, sitting there, working on it. The final results of these images are currently live on my Etsy website. I liked them all, so I was just like, well, there's only so many pictures you can take of stickers, I might as well just put them all in the listing, so I did. Which is kind of cool because all of them do have slightly different lightings and such because of their backgrounds, so it helps you guys kind of see how those stickers would work in different, like, you know, I guess you could say, like, color environments. But yeah, so this is how I edited the photos that I took in the previous video. I did all of this last week. I'm only getting to the voiceover for this TikTok today because TikTok was heavily protesting me speeding up the footage for this, so I used a separate app to do it this morning. But yeah, so that's how I did them. I was changing saturation a little bit to be more accurate. Like any like filtering edits I was making was to make them more color accurate to like how I see the stickers and everything. And I'm using 2 monitors because monitor number 1 has the Photoshop Express app going, And then on my other monitor, I have my Google Drive open with the images, so I know exactly which ones I want to pull up, because I had 122 images, but I wasn't editing them all. So that was just helping me have a bigger view of my files. And then it's cropped, but then there's also a YouTube video playing on that monitor as well. But I honestly really like how these photos came out. I'm really excited to do more with this concept and do more of my photos like this for my Etsy shop, because I love how they came out. They're really cool. But I hope this was helpful, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed how I made my Etsy listing photos, because they came out really nice. I'm really excited, and I will definitely do more videos like this.